In 2025, nobody thinks about where their music comes from. Most people just subscribe to some streaming platform or other. And then they have almost all music ever recorded right at their fingertips. And if you don't subscribe, you may still get the music, but with commercials. Just like on the commercial radio stations. The average music listener just don't really care. And so music has become a commodity, a social media feed. The streaming platforms are now similar to social media platforms with secret algorithms that favor certain behavior and thus automatically promote specific releases. Playlists are modified, curated, and carefully used as prime PR and marketing tools for new releases. Gone are the days of the album, the immersive music listening experience. The days where you would actually dive into an album, sitting down with a cover and inner sleeve, reading those lyrics and liner notes. The streaming platforms earn a lot of money in 2025. The artists, the songwriters, the performers, well, they earn almost nothing. Only if they already had a lot of clout, a reputation and name of fame back when money could be made through record sales, will they earn any serious money through streaming in 2025. Because the big labels will often have bought the rights to all those historic releases. Or you may be one of the very few, young, of course, really talented people who get signed by a big label. That, of course, well, it only happens if you have already established yourself as an independent artist and can show what they call a proven track record. Otherwise, forget it. They don't just sign talent. Labels do not invest and take risks in 2025. So, most mainstream music sounds alike nowadays. What works, works, right? The distribution of the daily uploads of 100,000 new songs would be impossible if we were talking about physical records, singles. We're talking about 100,000 new songs a day. So digital releases end up being treated like social media posts. We just scroll through our feeds. We dismiss what doesn't feel engaging after maximum 10 seconds. We never allow ourselves to experience anything new. We never take the time. Our attention span just cannot cope with it. Back when music was a physical item, things were different. It would be something dear to us. Music was expensive, and because we had to consider where we would spend our money, whatever purchase we made down at the record store would become a prized possession, something we genuinely cherished. And the listening was all the more valued. You sat down properly and you listened and you immersed yourself in the release. Digital music has yet to reach that kind of level. I don't know what will really work here, but I'm actually not so sure that just subscribing, and certainly not just a free plan paid for by advertising, it won't ever do the job. The music listener will never get a personal relationship with any release like that. It has to be cherished. And for something to be cherished, something has to be of value. In 2025, music has very little value to the average listener. Music, like any other proper art form, should be something you pay for, should have a price, and you would, of course, own your personal copy for life. Preferably, it would also have some physical form, like the vinyl records, because there is just something about pulling out that physical record out of its inner sleeve and place it on the turntable and drop the needle. It's just different than an app on your iPhone. But let's start by actually pay for our music, one step at a time. Then we may get back to a place where we carefully consider what we hear and cherish our personal music catalog all the more. And do search for your music specifically. Do not just use recommended for you or we think you might like. You will slowly end up with releases that the tech giants want you to listen to. Releases they own and won't have to pay much for per stream. Instead, be determined. Search for the musical style you like, the artists you like. By all means, get yourself exposed to new names and releases. But do it consciously. Put your mind to your soundtrack. And enjoy the music.